Hi everyone, it's Adrian Leah. This is going to be a crafting video. I have one finished object and I'm still working on my mushroom wonky house. I feel like it the way that I want the background and the mushroom to be is something that I'm trying to slowly do because I feel that I would I don't I don't want the thread to be visible on the mushroom. Um but I feel like I should have done a fold for the mushroom fabrics and then put it inside out so I wouldn't have to or want to tuck the edges in because there's a lot of the curves. I don't mind it with the dots on the mushroom, but the actual mushroom, um, it's oh, it's taking time to add it to, well, combine it with the background. So I'm still working on it. It's almost done, but I feel like the way that I did it I made more work for myself, but it as long as it turns out to be something that I'm happy with, I'll learn about the things um, for piecing the or like the different elements and piecing things together for the next project and um, there's other houses that I want to make. And I was also thinking about houses off the water and because I wanted to do a boathouse and then there are other houses that I wanted to do, which makes sense because I wanted to make the ones that are off of the coast, the ones that are colorful, but I wasn't thinking to have them literally in a water setting for some reason. But now I'm thinking like that would be cool too because I'm creating this fairy world. And um, I think it's turning out nice for everything that I did. So I'll show that in another video. The finished object that's in this video is this hat. So this is, sorry, a free pattern off of Ravelry. The Simply Harika. So I finished this yesterday. I modified the pattern. So I'm using sport weight yarn and the blue is the Ukrainian yarn that I've been wanting to knit up. I was trying to save it for a garment, but um, I've been making hats and I really wanted to use the Ukrainian yarn because I feel that it's really cool for this weather, and luckily it's been chillier in this area for the past couple of days, so it's been nice. My window is open, and I really like the Ukrainian yarn for this area because a lot of my other yarn, I feel like it's the way that it's plied. This one seems super breathable, like the air flows through it. So there's this one, and then there is um, this yarn that is from an African sheep. So they're both super nice. I love the way that the combination turned out. I really wanted to make the mittens. I don't know when I would do that. I have enough yarn to do it, so that's great. For the modifications, it was mainly suggested to do a Latvian braid for the fingering weight hat of because there are numbers for fingering weight and sport weight. Um, and I added a Latvian braid at the top here. And there's another portion of the pattern. I'll show it because I have my school laptop here. Oh, it's, I don't know if I close it out. I closed it out because I was done with the pattern. So, oops. So this, again, this is what I did. And this is the pattern. Again, it's a free pattern. So I only knit up to here. And um, I was just kind of eyeing it, and I was, I didn't check my gauge for this one, but I was trying it on as I went, and I feel I'm super happy with the the brim, so I I felt like it was going to be a nice hat for me. And so this is a lot that I didn't knit. So right after I finished the this section, I just started decreasing, and you could see it's decreasing up there. So that would have been another couple of rows. It would have been, if I were to continue the pattern, it's like about that much length, and it would be added on here before starting the decreases. So I'm happy where I stopped. I feel like it's um one of the only hats that I have that are like this, and in terms of like the fit of it. So I'll put it on, and um there's only one thing that happened that my bad habits have caught up with me. I've been trying not to do it, but I sometimes knit my hair into the project. I definitely take it out if the project isn't for me. Um, but it was towards the very end when I only had a couple more rounds to go, and I accidentally, I don't know if you could see it in here, but it's like not super bright, but I could see it. It's mainly one part of it because it's like knit across, and the last like two stitches are the most noticeable ones. But if they weren't as prominent, I feel like it would kind of blend in a little bit to the hat. But I feel like over time it should fade, and um I don't know if I have like high expectations for wool, but wool is self-cleaning, like the natural fibers are. So I feel that it'll be okay, but that's the back of the hat, and it's none of my business after that. So I'll put it on. So I really love the hat. I love the fit of it. So it does have some room, but it's not like super fitted. I feel that um, sometimes when I get hats from the store, they're too tight for me. So um, I'm just having a blast knitting like my hats because it's kind of not a completely new experience, but for to wear hats and they feel comfortable and not like squeezing your hair, your head, and like pressing so hard on your hair. Um, it's really nice. So I do kind of want to knit other things. I know I wanted to knit. I have other patterns in here. My backpack's there because I got my folder, but it wasn't in my folder of other patterns that I might want to do. I've been kind of holding off on like the salt burn, and it's not like I don't want to do the salt burn. The thing with it is, um, I do like the cotton yarn that I have for that project, but I don't knit a lot of um sorry, I don't knit a lot. I'm just gonna take the whole thing out. There's another folder with a lot of cotton yarn, and you kind of see what cotton yarn you like working with, because you could find the ones that like are sturdy, but um, if you try working it in a garment, it can be tough on your hands and needles. Because I tried using the peaches and cream, I think that's what it's called, for a garment, and I switched the yarn out for another cotton yarn, and it was a lot more pliable because when I was using the peaches and cream, I felt like I was gonna snap my needles, so I switched my needles like 4 times, and then the project sat for a while. Um, what did I do with that project? It's probably in the pile somewhere. Or it could be in the car. I mean, it's not like I don't have the pattern. It's literally um, on my Ravelry because I got it a while ago. I'm just... Oh, no, it's here. Okay. Um, but I have shown it before. It's not super new. So... Okay, it's numbered at least because I don't have them stapled. I mean, it would be good for this area. So, this is a couple pages. This is the Saltburn. So that's the yolk of it. And I do really love the pattern. I'd have to be careful with the yarn because the yarn isn't... I'm not saying, like, you could wash it, but you'd have to be careful with it. I also see another thing. So I tried to, like, this is another free pattern. I don't know if I'm just pushing the idea that I like want to do the Saltburn, but I'm just not in the headspace to feel like doing it. I didn't print these all at once, but there are a lot of papers here. So again, my philosopher's wool. So this is another pattern, and I feel like I might be in the mood for this. I want to learn new techniques. I still didn't get the lace needle cords or the tip cables. And Tati came out with another test knit that's based off of like egg decorating, but it didn't apply because the deadlines are usually a month for her, I've noticed. And I could do it with school. It's just, I want to make sure that the school stuff is completed, and at the same time, I don't want to be a bad test knitter and just like not keep up with it. So it's sad news for me, but I, because there are two patterns, I tried to keep up with my patterns, kind of, but you just see the ones that like come out and you're excited. Because the vest one, I could have done that one, but I did this test pattern, which I really love too. Um, I don't know, I feel like garment knitting is like probably my favorite type of knitting, even though I haven't been doing it for a while because of the weather. So that's why I'm like, should I just go for the salt burn? I could go for the salt burn, but I don't feel like it. Um, I kind of want to go through that whole bag of um that cotton yarn. Let me see what the pattern is for this one. 3.5 millimeter needles. And then 4 millimeter. Let me see what that is. That's a 4 and a 6. Yeah. Um, I feel like I'm kind of in the mood. So this is the pattern, like the main pattern, and it's gonna be a drop shoulder. It's a bear. I don't know if I have. I call it the Ukrainian yarn at this point because I have blue and yellow, but I don't think I have a sweater quantity of it. I still want to work on those mittens. There's the other mittens, the Pray for Ukraine mittens. I'm making my third mitten because I already technically have two for each of the sizes that I did because I did adjust it. But I don't know. I think I'd be into it. I'd have to see what I'd want to do. But a drop shoulder, I feel would be nice because I've never done a drop shoulder before, so I feel like I'm gradually learning things. Um, and I think it would be good, especially at some point when I do a test knit for Tetsy again. Um, she incorporates different techniques, and I don't know, not like, it's like definitely speedy um, when you have a deadline and then you don't really want to, at least I don't really want to go for something that I've never done before just in case because I'm trying to be responsible too. So this is definitely something that I'd be into. Well, I printed it out, so I think it'd be fun to do it. And I think I have yarn in mind. But before I show it, I do want to show some hair stuff that I got to make my shampoo. I have honey downstairs and I talk about it in like my reading. Funny thing is, I went to the store and I saw two people that are in my class, and they both came up to me because I'm just in my own little world, like running here, running there, figuring out like what I'm actually doing. Because I was looking for castile soap and I found the castile soap at some point, but I don't remember it being as expensive as it was, but there are different sizes, so maybe I got like a different size. I feel like I got a larger bottle, but maybe I just bought it. But there is a smaller one than the one that I got. I actually got it at a different store than the store where I saw um both of the other people that I go to school with. The um first person, um I think she she came, well, I feel like in the aisle trying to look up other prices for the castile soap in other stores. And then she came up to me and said hi. And I definitely said hi back. I was standing there like an idiot because I didn't really have like a conversation or anything. So it was kind of like, um, definitely like, hey. And then I, you know, went to do other things, but she was also um, doing other things. And the second person, it was interesting because I don't know if like the universe wanted me to go back in to just come back in. Because when I went to the car, I my phone went through like in between the chair and the center, um, and I kind of like rushed back in to make sure my phone wasn't there. I had a feeling that my phone was in the car because I'm usually holding my phone and it felt like my hands were empty, so I felt like it was in the car, but just in case, I wanted to rush in there to make sure. Sorry, that's one of the items. And then I went to the self checkout area where I was, and it wasn't, no one reported anything, so I'm like, okay, it's fine. And the other person was working there, and she said hi to me too. And I didn't mean to be so like, again, all over the place, like doing other different things. She was also doing other things too, because she worked there. But I was just surprised because I've been there a couple times and like I didn't come across her, but I also go to the store late anyway. So I went back to the car. I checked the Bluetooth to see if my phone was connected and it said it was connected. So I'm like, okay, so the phone's in the car somewhere. And like I kept looking around because I didn't know how to get back to the house anyway without the GPS. So I eventually found it. And but I also went to another store before I went back to the house. I even went somewhere before this because I picked up the rosemary essential oil from the other store, and this is the brand or um Cassia, or I'm trying to see if there's another pronunciation, Cacacia. I'm sorry about that, but I got the half fluid ounce, so that's 15 oh my god, milliliters. Um, there was the 1 ounce, but and it was technically more cost effective to get that one, but I didn't get it because this was cheaper still, even though you're getting less of it. So there were some on sale, and then when I went to the front, this was one of them that was on sale too, so that was really nice. And I was like, oh my god, this is like meant to be. Because I was also looking at their rosemary and mint shampoo and conditioner, and I saw the ingredients, and I was really considering it. They weren't like super pricey, but they were still on the more expensive side for what you would kind of spend on store shampoo and conditioner. So because I was like, if I were to get that, I would probably just get the shampoo for that time, but I use a lot of conditioner for my hair, and I don't use too much shampoo. I know it's like, why would you get the shampoo then? Because I'm like, well, because I feel like that's what you would start with. Um, so I didn't get that. And I was thinking, well, I could just modify it to how I like. I went to the store where I saw them, and I saw that there was this rosemary oil already, and it was significantly cheaper. But again, I was like, well, I could make mine as concentrated as I want it to be, and I can make fresh batches, so and it'll last a while too. So I'm not too worried about it because I didn't really want it to be like um just separate from a shampoo because I didn't want it in shampoo form because I don't put too much stuff in my hair when I'm not washing it, and I don't wash my hair too often. Um, and then I went to the third store because I wanted to check the price for it because I was kind of dumbfounded. I was like, mm, I don't really want to spend that much. Let me just make sure that that's the price. Oh yeah, and when I was at the store, sorry, the second store where I saw them, I got two compliments on my boots, my Converse boots that I got finally at my childhood dream shoes boots. The first person, like, cause in this state, there's a lot of stores that lock their items, so they have to open them. And at first she was talking about that loved my that she loves my hair, and I'm like, oh, thank you. And I was talking about my hair. That was this whole adventure. Um, I feel like over the years, and it's not like super super recently, but definitely over the years, like my hair has been growing out lighter and lighter, and I feel like there's like ashy tones to it. Um, Especially like I grow it out and then there's like a shine to it. And then um I remember one time one of my exes like asked me if I dyed my hair gray. And I'm like, no, I didn't. Um I mean it's not bad, but now it's at the point of where it's at. So I went to the third store and I got the soap that I normally get at the price. It was the price and I paid for it. I was dumbfounded because I was like, I don't want to pay for it. but it's gonna last a long time. And this is mainly, there's a lot of writing for this. So it's the Dr. Bronner's 18 in 1 pure cast iron magic soap peppermint. I like the peppermint one. I honestly haven't tried the other ones. There's one that's unscented. There's one that's lavender. They come in like the bar soaps too. Um, I feel like there's another one, but those are the ones that are coming to me right now. Made with regenerative, organic, certified oils and certified fair trade ingredients. So I'll read off the ingredients. There's not many to read. Water, organic coconut oil, potassium hydroxide, organic palm kernel oil, organic olive oil, mentha arvensis, organic hemp seed oil, organic, I feel like it's jojoba or jojoba, I'm sorry, wax, mentha, paprika, citric acid, tocopherol, and limonene. The mentha piperita, that's the one I'm more familiar with the peppermint. Let me just make sure. And I really like that it has jojoba wax because that's like one of the main things and one of like the only things that I've found. Yep, that's peppermint. So one of the only ingredients that can untangle my hair because I feel like it's just a chore to untangle my hair. And my hair isn't like super whatever to deal with, but for me, the less maintenance, the better. So I have these two products. They're both going to go together when I make my shampoo. At the very least, shampoo. And then I'll see about conditioner. Sorry, there's a lot of writing on it. And then if you want to refill it, there's like the refill cartons that you could recycle too. I'm gonna put it in a separate container. So I'm gonna get the yarn that I'm thinking about doing the bear project with because I don't know. I was actually thinking I would do like a full-on color work one with that one, but regardless, there would have been yarn left over, so I could do like two garments with it being like one of the colors, either the main color or the contrast color. If it's a contrast color, then I'd have even more of that. So maybe I could do two projects with it being, oh wait, is it 50 grams? So, so it's 500 if it's the 50-gram ones. I think it would be one garment then. Anyway, I'm just talking about it and I'm not showing it. I'll be right back to show it. In my head, I just keep making, I don't even want to say I'm making decisions. I'm definitely not making decisions right now. But this is what it's, this is what it's like. That's what I was going to say. This is what it is when I am finished a project and then I'm ready to start a new project. And it isn't until like that very moment where I actually buckle down and decide what project to make. So I feel like I'm gonna do the bear one, but now I'm like also thinking I could use that cream color that I got, like it's other Ukrainian yarn from the same um shop. That's Traders, and I do want to use that now that I'm thinking about it. There are other things that I have in front of me too. So I have this color combination. Um, I really love this Mediterranean olive. I do want to wear more olive colors. It's strange because I don't usually wear them. I feel like it might be the route to go. I also have this gray. So, what's this? So it is US 6. I have more cream in the bin. This is US 7. I think I could use it with this too. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to. So this could be a combination, and now I'm kind of feeling it. It just seems like something to do, and I do have a full quantity of this that's been in my stash because when I was in the, well, when I had my apartment, well, the last state that I had an apartment in, um, technically that was 2 states ago before this one. I was just like in a cool tone mood to knit all of those type of colors. Um, Still loving the Ukrainian colors, so that's kind of like its own category at this point, but um, I would like to knit more green. So I'm thinking about it now that I keep doing that. Um, and then I have this, which is sale yarn. When my friend's shop was closing, well, she closed her shop because she wanted to travel with her husband when he was deployed. This is the Lion Brand alpaca. This isn't one that you normally see in stores. So these are 50 grams each, I believe. I don't want to open it if I'm not going to use it. So they're 50 grams. So 500 here, and I feel like I have 500 of this. So, but this is all 100 grams in one. And the gray seems like it could be a color, but I don't know. I'm feeling the green. I think I might go for it. And then there's the Ukrainian yarn that I have been enjoying in this climate. So let me grab that one. I barely showed anything in this video, and I still managed to make it like almost an hour long. So for the Ukrainian yarn, I might keep it for like when it Teti's patterns, cause or when I sign up for the Finnish knitwear designer Jenna Kostet. She for the last like 2 years she has been posting like test knits around the summertime, and her test knits are around like 3 months to knit. So it I kind of just leisurely do it. Um, because this one is it calls for like a US 4, and then the pattern calls for like you could use a US 4 for the ribbing, but then when you get to the body it'll be a 6. So I don't know about that. But I don't mind. Um, I do love this yarn, and this is like one of the shops that I am definitely gonna get more yarn from because I did enjoy it for this one. I want to get more of these ones, and there's another color that I want to get of this one too. Well, I wanted to get all the other colors, but gradually, because it's really inexpensive and it's been good for this climate, and I feel it now, and it's really like airy. So that's the video. I think I'm gonna end up doing green, which will, I think it'll be nice because um I used to wear um I used to wear more green. I definitely used to use green in other projects. Um but it's kind of I'm picky about the shade. So I think it'll be this unless I switch it to the other yarn. Like you'll never know until I do the other episode, which will be probably in a day or two anyway. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you in another video.